A lot of things going on in Joplin, a lot of rebuilding, both in terms of mortar and concrete and steel, and also in terms of emotional makeup. Joining me, KOMU8's Dan Kennedy, who recently had a chance to spend some time at the North Park Mall, which houses the temporary high school, and you had a chance to kind of talk to some of the kids.
Well, it was an honor talking to them, Jim. I mean, they've had just an incredibly tough 2 years. Imagine how much growing up you would have to do in 2 years, going from 16 years old, witnessing this devastating EF5 tornado tear apart your town, take away some of your loved ones, your prized possessions, and now you're 18 years old and you're graduating from high school. Well, I sat down with them a few weeks ago, and before they got their diploma 3 days ago, they shared with me their stories from that devastating day that marked the end of their sophomore year.
The winds are out of the north, and it's coming back around. Tornadoes right here. It's coming on the ground right here. Get the sirens going, I'm telling you.
Sirens going off in Joplin, it's not a big deal usually. Everybody kind of just like heard it and kind of ignored it because nothing happens ever.
The south side of town is doing massive destruction. It's a mile-wide tornado.
Before May 22nd, 2011, people largely ignored the sound of sirens in Joplin.
When a storm came or a tornado came, you went outside and you watched the storm. You know, it wasn't a big deal. Sirens weren't a big deal.
Graduation day 2011 was no different. Dark skies, loud sirens, and then...
Listen to it!
They were saying Walmart's gone, Home Depot's gone, the high school's gone. We're like, okay, it's not gone. It's just going to be, there's some damage, we're going to think. But until we started coming into town and there's debris falling from the sky on the car when we were driving into town, and then we could really see what was going on, and a lot of graphic stuff that you wouldn't want anyone to ever have to be a part of.
Abe Hueller, Lane Freeborn, Diana Vu, and Cody Atkins, all grads in the Joplin High class of 2013. The tornado took their school, their gym, parts of their town, material things. And it sounds like a cliche, but they say the storm also took their innocence.
Like having to deal with so much, losing like friends, family, like their prized possession or whatever. It's just, well, at one point you have to grow up, but it's just too soon for them.
You can't really say anything to anyone because you don't know why the sky turns black. You know, you don't know why something like that would even happen.
Cody Atkins now wants to be a first responder. 2 years ago, he was working the front lines, helping strangers moments after the storm.
Somebody in here!
In times of need, you really look for someone that's there to say, are you okay? Here's a bottle of water.
That's when his phone rang, a call from Mom at the morgue. She was okay, but his best friend was not.
My name is Lance Hare.
Hare, a 16-year-old avid biker and straight-A student, was dead.
I was sad, but how can you stop a tornado from hurting people or stop your friend from being gone? It hurt a lot, but I know that he's in a better place than I am right now.
When people see Joplin on a resume, they automatically think of not only the disaster, but the resiliency and the determination of the people here, which I think is reflected in our children as well.
Superintendent C.J. Huff has kept a close eye on this year's seniors.
A tremendous amount of poise and a tremendous amount of leadership. I mean, they've had to grow up a lot, and they've just been a fantastic class to work with this year, and I just keep hearing good things about them.
Just as the class of 2013 had to grow up in a hurry, the Joplin School District wants this new high school built in a hurry. In Joplin, there's only one high school, and it is the identity of this town. It's probably not easy waking up every morning and going to school in a mall.
Change, the big thing. I miss having a normal high school with like a gym in it.
This is our cafeteria.
The makeshift mall high houses kids mature beyond their years.
There's no fights. There's like, usually in high school you see fights. Like people are a lot more emotionally connected.
As the students remember their friend Lance.
Every day you grow stronger, and I think that day a lot of people grew very strong.
These recent Joplin grads will take into life lessons learned over a tough 2-year stretch.
Don't take anything for granted because a lot of it can be taken away in a few seconds.
Never forgetting that this could happen again.
They say lightning doesn't strike in the same place twice, but they don't say anything about a tornado.
Joplin is a mess. Joplin is leveled.
The tornado that transformed their town.
It's a day that anybody who was in Joplin that day won't forget.
Abe, Lance, Diana, and Cody all graduated from Joplin High on Sunday. Now, that makeshift mall high school you saw in that story, that houses the juniors and the seniors only, and it will for this coming school year. The new high school is expected to open in August of 2014, and that's when the freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors will once again all join together in the same hallways. Reporting live from Joplin, I'm Dan Kennedy, KMU 8 News.